Okay, so thank you, everyone. I'm here today to talk to you about the positive side of uncertainty. The COVID-19 created a social, cultural, economic earthquake and put us all in a lot of uncertainties. But today I will explain how you could take advantage of it, how you could embrace this uncertainty and make the most out of it. I will actually talk about 3 points. The first one, how uncertainty can power creativity. The second one is how uncertainty is part of every step of creating a masterpiece show at Cirque du Soleil, and how you can use this uncertain period in this time to really reinvent your business, your brand, your model, your ways of working. Whatever you're working on can be completely turned upside down. So COVID-19, I mentioned it just earlier in the introduction, forced us at Cirque du Soleil to close, to shut down 44 of our active shows, all our shows, in 48 hours, more or less. We went from having successful, profitable shows everywhere on the planet to nothing, zero, nada. We now have one show back on stage, and it's in China. The other one are still on pause. So unicycles are not ridden, hoops lay on the floor, trapeze are balancing empty, musicians' instruments rest against their cases. But this is only an intermission. An intermission full of uncertainties, indeed, but what if it would be the best time to reinvent ourselves? What if we would use this time as a white page, the same white page that our show creators are starting from when they create this colorful, wonderful, amazing, fantastical world we do at Cirque du Soleil? They start from this page, a white page with nothing on it. What if you would do the same? What if we would do the same and use this white page, this very scary white page, to reinvent ourselves? Last year, we worked with an amazing person, Dr. Bull Moto. He's a neuroscientist. And we work with them to understand deeply how our fans feel when they come see our shows. What are the emotion they have? What's happened in their brain? It was totally super interesting. But we also talked with Dr. Bull Moto about uncertainty. And it was fascinating. And he told us that by nature, humans try to avoid uncertainty. At the beginning of humanity, if you didn't know there was a predator next to you, if there was a little bit of uncertainty, you would die. So today, of course, we don't die of uncertainty, but it's still engraved in our brain and it creates stress and anxiety. So we try to avoid it as much as we can. But at Cirque, we love uncertainty. We actually nurture it because we truly believe that it's the only place to go to be truly creative. If you want to create something that doesn't exist already, you need to jump in uncertainty and accept that you have no idea where you're going, that you have no idea what the end product will be. This is what we do at Cirque. When we start creating a show, we have no idea how it's going to end up. We have tons of dreams, and the creators have so many ideas, but they don't exactly know what's going to be at the end, and it's okay. They jump right into it without knowing the final destination. They don't go from A to B, they go from A to not A. And I talked again through LinkedIn last week with Dr. Bull Moto, and he told me something very interesting. He said, humility is the best engine for creativity. Accepting to say, I don't know. I don't know what's going to end up. I don't know where I'm going. It's tough, but it's the best thing to do. Even in a world that really promotes and celebrates answers and knowing and control. So today I'll explain our show creation process. And I don't know if you were at the Daniel Fortin just before me, our head of creation, God of creation at Cirque. But this is my view of the show creation process at Cirque. And now uncertainty, it's part of every step. And that at the end, it's a beautiful result. So how we can embrace it. So first step of creating a show is phase one, it's inception. You're at 24 to 18 months before opening, before the show is on stage. So it's a long time before. And it's the white page I talked before. That's where show creation teams start thinking about the big ideas, the story, the message they want to pass. So it's full of uncertainties because, again, this can change throughout the process. They're not sure if it's going to work. They're not sure in 24 to 18 months it's still going to be relevant, but they need to jump in and they need to do it. And it's a big deal because there will be millions of people seeing this show. No pressure whatsoever, of course. And phase two, it's scenography. For those who've seen a show before, we don't have a lot of dialogue at Cirque. So the way we tell our story is through music and human movement. So when creating a show, one thing that our creators are doing is that they put together what we call the human performance skeleton or the acrobatic skeleton that really going to tell the story or the message we want to pass to our consumers. And again, here, sometimes they change completely what they created in phase one, and there's still a lot of uncertainty because they don't know if it's going to work. They don't know if it's going to really relate well on stage. So they do it, but they know it can change throughout the process, and that's fine. Then it's phase three. It's when artists arrive. After a very meticulous casting period, the artists arrive, and that's pretty much 6 months before opening. So we're getting closer to opening. The artists arrive at the Montreal headquarters from everywhere in the world. They arrive, and that's when creation team really discover them. And again, lots of uncertainties, because that's when we discover if they're as good as we thought, if they're better, if they're a good actor, if they're taller than we thought, if they're smaller, if they're stronger, if they can do more than what we thought. So then the creation team need to adapt the show with the artist abilities, with the team they have in front of them, with the performers in front of them that will tell the story of their show. So lots of uncertainty as well here. Then it's staging. That's when they put the acts next to each other to see if it works, to see if it flows. And most of the time, you know what? It doesn't. It doesn't, and they need to rework it. And again, that's fine. They leave to uncertainty, and they know that everything changes and everything will change, and that's okay. And then it's rehearsal. So that's when they go, I would say normally it's 5 weeks. It's a big top show, like in the big tent. It's 5 weeks before grand opening that we move in the big top on the stage, and that the team start to rehearse with everything. So music, costume, the acts, everything is together. That's when we see the full puzzle all together for the first time, and we're 5 weeks before opening. Stress is getting higher. And again, uncertainties. Is it going to work? Is it fine? Is it working? Our consumers will like it. Because grand opening is the phase 6. It's when we're so happy because it's the best gift of all. Public is coming in the room, and we just wait for their smile and their applause, because that's the best gift for artists. So as you can see, a lot of and that's a quick summary of our show creation process, but that's a lot of uncertainties. And on top of this, there's another process, because it's tough to go through a lot of uncertainties, and there's an emotional process on top of this. And I'm sure everybody listening have been through it in their life. Phase 1, at the beginning of a project, awesome. This show will be great. Oh my God, this is going to be the best show on the planet. Then phase 2, okay, this might be tricky. It may not gonna work. Phase 3, this is shit. It's not gonna work. Oh my God, this is the worst show. What am I gonna do? Millions of people will see it. We need to fix it. Phase 4, I'm shit. I'm the problem. Oh my God, why did they hire me? I'm going to lose my job. Phase 5. Okay, you know what? We might be okay. We might be fine. In phase 6, oh my God, this is the best show on earth. It's going to be the best show on the planet. Thank God, I'm God. And this process, full of emotional roller coaster, actually brought the best shows on the planet. Think about Cirque du Soleil. It's a masterpiece. It's a permanent show in Las Vegas that is performed every night in a water tank of 1.5 million gallons of water, with scuba diving technician under the water to maneuver it and help the artists move underwater. This didn't make sense on paper. There were so many obstacles along the way to stop this, but they made it happen. And same for Ka. It's a colossal stage, the biggest stage you've seen on the planet. And it actually transformed into a wall for the most gravity-defying acrobatics. And Curios. Curios is a beautiful show from Michel Laprise. Amazing show. And there's this act in the show called the Upside Down Dinner. It's literally a dinner upside down, so on the ceiling. And it was very difficult to install and rehearse, like artists had too much blood in their heads, so they could not rehearse. There was a lot of obstacles again. But Michel Laprise, the director and writer of the show, really wanted it. So full of uncertainty, he jumped right in it and he said, we'll find solution. We need this act. And you will know what? Today, it's one of our most iconic acts at Cirque du Soleil. So Cirque du Soleil love uncertainty. We embrace it. We jump in it. It's tough, a lot of roller coaster. So is it easy? Hell no, it's not easy. But if it was, everybody could do it. So it's good that it's a bit tough. We're good at it. We know how to manage through it. So how can you make it happen? How could you do it with your business? How can you embrace this white page and change things? Always start with your mission. Go back to your mission. It's not the time to change your mission, but just change the way you deliver your mission. Think of Kodak. Kodak in the past, they were so stuck with their product and their flagship product, very profitable, that they forgot their mission that was to bring photography accessible to everyone. If they wouldn't go back to this, they would have jumped into the digital age, but they didn't. So look at your business from a new perspective, upside down, from all sides. And sometimes we don't know where to start to look at our business from different perspectives. So here's some tips. You can look at it from looking at it from the past. What if I would start from scratch? What would I change if I would go back and look at it from scratch? Project yourself in the future. How do you want your company to be described in 5 years? What would be the ideal, your dream headline on your favorite business magazine, business website? For me, for Cirque, it would be after COVID-19, 5 years after COVID-19, Cirque du Soleil proved once again that they can reinvent entertainment. I would love that. So what can I do now to get to that headline in 5 years? Then what's your consumers? A lot of people mentioned it during this RESHAPE conference, but your consumers are the one who will decide if you will survive or not. So listen to them. Forget your competition. Listen to them. Watch them. Ask them. And your employees, they have tons of ideas. Talk to them. And then look at other industries. Don't look at your competitors. If they're doing it, it's already done. It's not new. And look at other industries. Think about BMW, iDrive. They did that inspired by video game with the same insights. You have to navigate while looking at the screen, while looking at the road. Same insights, two different industries, and great results. So I'm done, actually, it's 15 minutes. So we looked at how uncertainty can power creativity, how we love uncertainty at Cirque and how it's integrated in the way we work, and how you can also challenge yourself to reinvent your business, your brand, your product, your model in this uncertain time. So please don't be afraid of uncertainty. Just jump right in, enjoy this time, embrace it, and make the most out of it.